Did I ever find me lambs? Have I been reimbursed? Definitely due a set of pads, I'm afraid. Get the last of these ram lambs away. It is a sizable amount of money. Unfortunately, we lost a sheep, an intestinal prolapse. Very sad stuff. So maybe we'll start this video with a bit of an update after the incidents that took place last week, because the amount of messages and emails that I received have been phenomenal from farmers who have experienced very, very similar attacks. Much worse, far worse than mine, is unbelievable, unbelievable. People with hundreds of sheep injured, attacked, aborting lambs now as we speak. It is unbelievable, and I honestly think the vast majority of these cases goes largely unreported, because it's just, look, I'm not running down the guards or the dog wardens, but they're just overwhelmed. There is just too much of it going on, and it's too much for them to do. So look, something needs to change. It's a serious problem. It is such a serious problem. We mentioned all this last week, but maybe just an update for you. So the question I've been asked by a lot of people: did I ever find me lambs? Those 3 lambs, no, did not find them. No sign of them anywhere, and the search was extensive, so did not find those. So the other question I've been asked: have I been reimbursed by the owner of the dog? To date, no, not yet. Live in hope on that one. But the other question I've been asked, significant question, and I just want to welcome maybe some of the newer subscribers to the channel. Lots of people enjoyed that video. I know it was a really difficult one to watch, but if you're new to the channel, you're very welcome. I think there was a lot of viewers from maybe the States and Canada where they use protection dogs, some parts of Europe as well. The simple answer is the laws that govern dog control in Ireland, even though they're not very effective, mean that protection dogs aren't actually a viable answer, because, well, they're basically dogs and they need to be under the same control as your pet at home. And the other issue as well, most of our blocks of land are very, very small, and I think protection dogs work really well in a big area when they can circle their range and move around big blocks of land. The problem, well, me in particular, is the winter grazing. You have very small blocks of land, and all of a sudden you could be moving a kilometre, maybe 2 kilometres down the road to a different block of land, and the dog doesn't know his territory as well. So protection dogs aren't the answer, I don't think, not for us in Ireland. I don't think anybody uses them, but maybe worth mentioning, loads of people have mentioned alpacas, llamas, donkeys, all exceptionally good. But the issue I have with alpacas and llamas personally is because I have a sheepdog, and I'm not saying she's a particularly good sheepdog, and she is extremely useful, and I would not manage without her. Plenty of dog people that say she's not great, and I know that myself, she's not great, but we love Pops. I love Pops. She's a great wee dog. But Meg is coming on really well, and I'd love to keep you updated, but there's so much going on, I just haven't time. I'm so happy with the way she's coming on, and we're getting on top of that stop and all the rest, but there might be an update on that soon. So that's the problem with alpacas and lambs. Probably really good for a small flock that doesn't have a sheepdog themselves. No doubt they're very useful. Donkeys, exceptionally good as well, but here's a good example for you. A few years ago, I was eating a block of ground, winter grazing for a farmer, and I didn't actually realise this, but he had 2 donkeys of his own. And when it was time to get the sheep off, I sent Pops out to gather the sheep. And it took me a while to register what was actually happening, but the donkeys went bananas, absolutely bananas. And one of the donkeys almost killed Pops. I had to run over and wrestle the donkey around the neck. Pops was lying down, cowering in between his front and his back legs, and he was trying to trample the dog with his 2 front legs. So donkeys, I'm sure, are exceptional protection animals, but again, the same as the llamas and the alpacas, not really great if you have your own sheepdog, because you can't switch them on and off, is basically the answer for that. So look, that's an update on last week's video and where we're at on that. So this week's video might be a little bit all over the place. There's so much going on at the minute, but look, let's get stuck in. Some important work here, some overdue work, I'd say well overdue. This machine, you might have seen it in my videos before, the old Amazon is, oh, some of you might have noticed it's got a bit rough looking and battered looking, but a bit like myself, it's been busy, I heard some growling. It needs pads. Now it needed those pads a few days ago, but between one thing and another, and dogs, problem dogs, and trying to sort that out and move sheep and all the rest, I just didn't have time to do it. It's a bit sad looking in here. There's quite a bit of chewing on that, but I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to panic. I'm actually just going to stick the pads on it. The disc is bad enough, but look, I'm not sure. I'm really contemplating changing this beast, but don't know. It's hard to know what to buy without spending a fortune of money. It's very hard to know what to buy. So I don't know. I have decisions to make with this Jeep. I'm not sure whether to keep it. It's a beast of a thing that is still flying. But how much money do I spend on it? I'm not sure. We'll figure that out again. But for now, we'll get these pads on it. Now, just put them blocks of timber in there, just in case this thing would come down. You don't fancy this baby falling in there. Oh dear, should definitely do a set of pads, I'm afraid. Oh, me poor old cruiser. She's neglected. But anyway, we'll get her sorted here. Okay. Right, second one done. Pretty much identical. Two pads fitted there. We'll soon find out here. Yes, lovely job. Right, that's it. Right, one side done. We'll jump across and we'll rattle through this other side here. I might stick you on the time lapse. Little bit of trouble with one of the slides. It was a bit stuck, but not too bad. We got it freed up and a bit of copper grease and it's fine. But I'll just show you these pads. Bit left on that, but not much. That one pretty poor too, so just in time. The brake's done. That's that end of it sorted. Gonna change the oil. I have a filter here. Bought myself a new oil pan. Gonna drop the oil out of it now and freshen her up because that's the life of a yoke. So you might hear a bit of background noise, and it is the main man, Robbie, my father-in-law. He's just washing the sheepskin combo here. We have a big day in the morning. We're heading out to Paddy's Day parade. Just in under the cruiser here. We'll just get this dropped out here now. Get the oil pan in there. There we go. Lovely job. Right. We'll leave that draining there. Gonna maybe change the fuel filter and the oil filter, so we'll just leave that draining away there. Second drum here. Now this is actually a bit embarrassing to share with you, but I'm all for sharing your mistakes because it might help someone else watching this who's going to tackle a similar job. So it's been a pretty long week. We had trouble with dogs. I was up very early this morning and I'm just not on the ball here as to what I should have been at. Wasn't paying attention. I was saying I've 2 drums in it and nothing on the dipstick. Yep, you've guessed it. Yep, the less said about it the better. But basically, fresh oil in on top of the old oil, never put the bung back in it. Anyway, as we say on sheep school, every day is a school day. Anyway, we'll keep going here, we'll keep going. But I've loads of sawdust here, so I'll just get it soaked up with this sawdust and get my problem sorted out. Perfect. Okay, just going to start this beast here and see how she goes. Oil pressure back up there, oil lights off. So brake pads changed, oil, air, fuel filter changed, oil changed as well, plus the ground plastered in oil as well. Today's lesson, don't forget to put the bung back in before you top up the oil. As we say, every day is a school day. Anyway, an expensive lesson, but could have been worse. Could have driven down the road. The less said about this, the better. Very sad stuff. So we're exactly a week off lambing here, and another wee job on. Something I said I wasn't going to do again. I said I wasn't going to do a shed during lambing, like ended up doing I think 2 during lambing last year. But there's one on the doorstep here that has landed to get done. So I have the big man, the high-rise pilot here, is driving the welder. Tomo, are you fit for the welder?
It's turbocharged.
Turbo welder. So these are the top section. We're kind of joining on to an existing shed. Cian, my llama student, is, well, he's a workshop student today now. He was on sheep earlier and now he's just drilling these with the mag drill. But he's drilling the holes here. I'm running them into the shed here to Tomo. He's waiting patiently here. I've got the budget combi lift here. Tomo, you're ready for it?
Yep.
Yeah, Tomo's ready. Running into the workshop here. I'm on another wee job here, trying to get lamb feeders assembled here out in the sun. Thankfully it's dry. I'll get this one ran in now. That lad set up there. So I'll just turn off that radio now for copyright issues for now. So we base plates here. Got these laser cut and all ready for the job. Very, very handy. No punching. Lovely clean plate. Tomo, how's the welding going?
Fantastic.
Yeah, you're going well.
Never went better.
Right, we'll let the big man Tomo at it. He can keep going at that. I'm going back to these feeders here. We'll catch up with you back with a few sheep a little bit later on. Now, no, you stand there. Okay. Now, so, just on another little job here. Now, so it's a glorious spring day here. Sunday morning call out. All my sheep were out on the road. All my ewes were out on the road, a couple of hundred of them. And they walked down the road about a quarter of a mile. And there was a couple of them, you'll see them here in the back, are pretty sore on the feet. So So a good way to isolate them, I just run them into this field. We're a little bit slower, put the ewes back into the field we're supposed to be in. So the wee man Noah wanted to come, so he's going to give me a hand to get them into the trailer. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Great boy, ain't you? Now, ready? Come on. Lie down. Wait. That's one in. Try and get this other. Oh no, we. Yeah, run around. Out this way. Come this way. Come this way. That's the bike. You're a great little tossing, ain't you? Yeah. Lie down, Pops. Lie down. Lie down. Wait. Now. Great job. Stay there, Noe, I lift you now. Stay there. Your mother'll kill you, you've no wellies on you. Anyway, we'll be alright, come on. Up here. That is some job. The little man Noah, he's been a great help. We've our two poorly sheep in the trailer. And Pop's back in the Jeep and put you back in your seat. That's the wee man. Now Noah, you having fun?
Yeah.
So, glorious day for myself and the little man Noah. Noah's my youngest boy. He's only 2.5. He's a big boy. He's a big strong boy who doesn't be mad keen on getting outside, but once you get him outside he absolutely loves it. Don't you? You having fun?
Yeah.
Good boy. So we're going to get these sheep home, have a look at their feet. Looks like some foot infection of some description. I don't think it's foot rot. I generally don't have much trouble with foot rot. But these sheep are about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks out from lambing. So we'll have a look at them. We'll get them back home. We're only half a mile from home here. And we'll see what the story is with them. So this time of year there is an advantage. The sheep are pretty easy to handle. They're so heavily pregnant, they're pretty easy to handle. But the downside to it is they're pretty good at dying too. I mean that in the best possible sense. It is unfortunate, but being pregnant, especially with multiples of lambs, is very hard on sheep. Out in the winter, tough grazing, maybe sore feet, a few different problems. So mortality is always a bit higher in this lead up to lambing and during lambing in the ewes. I think that's just the nature of the beast. People always say sheep are good at dying. Well, they're particularly good at dying during the lambing period and the lead up to it. Unfortunately we lost a sheep. It's one that I actually had to shoot her. I didn't like doing it, but she was just starting to put out her, what I think is called an intestinal prolapse, where she puts out her whole guts. It's messy, it's nasty, and the poor sheep was in pain, so the kindest thing to do was shoot her. But that's the first sheep we've lost since scanning. So I just see me old lambs here. So these are the old lambs that were attacked a couple of weeks ago. They're happy enough, but I'm not sure how much longer they're going to stay there. The grass is getting scarce, and I probably would go and move them now, but I've these two in the trailer, and I have a little man here who is a bit of a carry down the way, and he hasn't got the wellies on him. Look, we'd hope to be okay till morning. We'll just move them on to the next paddock. We split that field in two, so that'll be a job for tomorrow. But anyway, we'll get back to these ewes, get these sorted, have a batch of ewes at home of culls that I think might be pregnant. I think a very poor quality ram might have broken in with them, but we shall see. Thankfully, I've two little girls feeling much better. They're over the sickness, and by the looks of it, Orla's not feeling too bad either. Jeez, you're still
Big dad!
Still got it, Orla.
Still got it.
You're very good. You're very good. Good to see someone with lots of energy. Show me here there.
Wait.
Focus. Mr. Miyagi now.
I can still pawn it.
You okay?
2, 3. Yay!
Yahoo!
Can I still pawn it?
Yeah, go on.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Look at the skinny arse on you, Tiny.
Look at.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
Yahoo! Yeah, that's the stuff. Another boy on a scooter. We'll have to get you an off-road one of them, Noe. Yeah. Now, so we're just back in the yard here. Bit of crack there. They're all out. It's a glorious day today. So 2 sheep here. Very sore feet. Gonna have a look at them and see what the story is. Do you want to see them? See inside her foot?
No.
Yeah, it's just a bit swollen.
Let's like ourselves.
Might just put some spray on it.
Yeah. It's all blue. Daddy.
Yeah, special blue spray. I'm just using a bit of blue spray or oxytetracycline spray. It's the first yo I've had to treat for sore feet. But thankfully it's not foot rot. Generally don't have much foot rot in these sheep. It seems to be a bit of scald, just a bit of mud. We have a couple of, a few sheep farmers here, yeah, out helping.
One with a really good joke.
Yes, and it is one of the best days of the year so far. And the heat in the sun is amazing. Ada, I can see...
Or is it just hot because I'm here?
I can see your freckles starting to come up. Are you all happy?
Yeah, best day ever.
Good.
Because Daddy brings to the shop to get ice cream.
Yeah, we've got a few sweeties, so that's hopefully these sheep sorted out. We'll keep an eye on them. I'm just going to let them out here with a few sheep that's already around the shed. But I think they're going to be okay.
I don't get sheep farming, Daddy.
Why not?
Because you buy nuts for the sheep, you buy hay, you buy injections, you buy medicine, you buy all those things. But then you don't get paid for it. You just waste your money, but you don't get paid.
Well, you definitely don't get paid enough, Ada.
Yeah. But then you're going to scam it. That's like once a year.
It's not enough, is it?
No.
Well, thankfully,
You need more money like me.
we got rid of a few ram lambs there, so maybe that'll pay a few bills.
No. You need as much money as me. I have more money than you.
You actually do.
And there's 2 ponies that I want to buy.
Yeah.
They're down the road.
Yeah, we got an offer of 2 ponies. We're going to trade them for 4 yos. I'd happily trade 4 of these yos for them anyway. But anyway, we'll see. We get these dolls out.
Daddy,
Yeah.
you're going to fight off the pony.
Get the last of these ram lambs away. I just hear the lorry pulled up here. Dispatch sheet for the driver here, for the factory man. I will just get these loaded here. So this is the last of the lambs to go here. Very late, the latest I've ever had lambs around. But I think I'm getting a reasonably good price. I'm happy enough. Come on, up you go. Shh. Shh. Come on. All right. The full shed of lambs is now cleared out, with the exception of 21 underperformers, I'm going to call them. Didn't do that well. They were almost fit, from 45 say up to 47, 48 kilos. Just not heavy enough to kill. Put them back out, and the main man Robbie is feeding away at them. But anyway, I just said I'd fill you in on how we got on in the factory. With an incredible fight with the factory, I managed to get €9 up to 23.5 kilos. And it was a push. It was a push. And yeah, I suppose I didn't get out too bad. I kind of had, well, look, as the main man Robbie says, there's time enough for counting when the dealing's done. And he was exactly right. I had a figure of 950 to 24 kilos in my head. It didn't materialise. But look, we got away not too bad. Probably the biggest mistake I made on this ram lamb gamble was the weights. I run them into heavy weights. Straight up, biggest mistake I made. This is what one batch came into, 11,565. Average weight, 26.26 kilos. So over 26 kilos of a carcass weight. Average weight, 25.95 there, 9,000 euro for that. So look, it is pretty good money. I just actually worked that out here. Average price per head on this one 9,006, and then this one was 11,565, 20,571 euro in 2 checks here. It is a sizable amount of money. It's the best money I ever got for factory lambs. I'm pretty happy with it. I can't complain. So we had 44 head and 56 head is exactly 100 head. Divide that by 100, well look, it's 205.70, yeah, 205.71. But the biggest problem there is giving away free carcass to the factories. And look, like we say, on sheep school, on a regular basis, every day is a school day. I really should have been going through them and killing them as and when they were fit. And I suppose that's something I need to get better at. When I have the equipment, I have the good scales, I suppose it's time. I should have been doing it. But at the end of the day, it's costing me money. It cost me money. 2,800 euro in meal, 2,800 euro on that 8 ton of meal. So I could have made more money, but then I was banking on the price rise and all the rest. We've been through it before, but not too bad, not too bad. So yeah, the one thing I often chat about is the facts and figures of the game, and maybe I should do a video on where we're at. Something most clean breeders often talk about is the ram lambs what covers your cost, and your female then is your profit. So that's 20,570 euro. Would it cover my cost for the year? I'm sure there's an interesting video in that. A couple of years ago I worked out my cost at 74 euro per ewe. I'm sure it's gone up, would you say significantly? I don't know, it's definitely gone up. But this year is an example of cost maybe not being as high because the shed time is a lot less, so the meal bill for the ewes is a lot less. But then you'd wonder would the meal have been better fed to my ewes rather than those ram lambs, excess in the ram lambs. But anyway, you live and you learn. We'll put it down to a school day. It's a lot going on today, but it's the busiest time of the year. The next video would probably be getting the shed ready, some of the sheep lambing, fresh out of the oven here. Maybe housing, I'm not sure, we'll see, we'll play it by ear. But that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.